We also do a lot of engagement with health professionals, so we run training with health professionals or research with health professionals because we want to raise awareness and confidence with them to be able to talk about appearance issues with their patients if that is a particular issue.
Thank you very much, and thank you for letting me speak. I haven't got any slides because I'm a bit of a gate crasher, but given that you were going to be here and you're going to be in Bristol, and as you heard, so I know that some people in the room have taken part in our research recently, so it felt too good an opportunity to come down and to meet some of you and to thank you if you have been taking part in our research until now. So as I say, I'm a gate crasher, but I thought if I just tell you briefly about who we are and what we do. And you'll see on your table there have been some little postcards like this put out about ways in which I'll tell you ways you can get involved in our research if you're interested. So basically we're based in Bristol. We're at the University of the West of England, which is a couple of miles down the M32. And we've been there for about 25 years now. And we're the largest group of psychologists that work on research around issues to do with appearance and body image. We've grown over the years, so now we're a group of about 30, and we're interested in absolutely any aspect of appearance. Basically, because I really strongly believe that it's relevant to everybody, whether you like the way you look or not, and whether you're interested in it or not. I usually sort of start talks like this by thinking it's one thing we've all got in common. Everybody's got an appearance of some sort or another. And it may be something that you spend time and you're interested in. It may not, but we all we all sort of decide what we're going to wear in the morning and when we're going to get our hair cut at the most basic levels. But some people, it's more of an issue than others. As I say, we're a group of about 30 people, and about half of the team work specifically on issues and research for people whose appearance is different in some way, whether that's a condition that they've been born with, or whether it's as a result of an accident or a condition that they acquire and it may be a treatment that's altered their appearance. So we do work with people with burn injuries, people born with cleft lip and palate, and people with various skin conditions. And we have had a whole PhD student in the past, Jenny Bark, who did her whole PhD around psychosocial issues, psychological issues affecting people who have neurofibromatosis. And I don't know whether there are anybody here who would have met Jenny when she was doing that research. Yes? Thank you very much. Yeah. Probably about 5 years ago or more, I should think. Yeah, great, thank you. We're interested in any aspect of appearance research, and a lot of that work is within the realm of visible difference. And at the moment, we've been generously funded by an organisation called the VTCT Foundation for 5 years to work with organisations who specifically support people with visible differences. So this is one way in which we can work closely with Nerve Tumours UK and other organisations such as Changing Faces. Those organisations are part of something called the Appearance Collective, which means that those charities have a chance to support one another, share resources, and our research is working across the board. So that means that we've got a team of researchers who are doing a number of projects specifically around visible difference, and we're interested in what are people's experiences of in some way looking different or unusual, or their appearance has changed in some way. And for those who might benefit from some support, how can we best provide that? Now we always come into this with the caveat that we realise that not everybody has an issue with the way that they look, and we recognise that some people whose appearance may be different to what we would consider like the norm manage the challenges that brings really, really well. And I always try to emphasise that as well. We know that a lot of people, I know it can bring a lot of very specific challenges, but they can cope with those really, really well. We want to support the people who may benefit from a bit of help in some way, whether that's a bit of sort of reassurance or what we'd call a kind of a low-level intervention, which may be around, we do work trying to support and change society's attitudes towards appearance.
and encourage society to be a bit more accepting of appearance in all the really interesting shapes and forms that it takes, rather than thinking people should live to a certain ideal of appearance. Or whether it's more sort of self-help interventions and support, or whether it's very specific intervention from a specialist like a clinical psychologist. And we think of things in a kind of a framework, and at the top of that pyramid are the most intense interventions, which are the most specialist ones, and the fewest number of people need those. That would be, for example, going to see a clinical psychologist. But as you think about things, as you kind of come down a pyramid, as you come down, there's more people in that pyramid, and they could benefit from less intense support. And across the bottom is all the support that we think the whole of society could benefit from by being a bit more aware and understanding. So at the moment, one of the things we're doing, we're looking for people to sign up to our participant pool, which is what these postcards are for. And if you are interested, you can sign up via the link on the postcards. And that would mean that you're not committing to taking part in any of our research at all. What it means is that you would get an email if there was you'd be asked to fill in some information at first, and then if there were studies that were starting, you may be contacted with more information and asked if you would want to take part. So all our studies, we all get always have universities ethics approval, and we also promote our projects through the organisations that we're working with. So sometimes they would have specific ethics and approvals that go through that process as well. So the types of research that we were doing vary a lot. Sometimes it's asking people to be interviewed, and sometimes that might mean coming to meet one of our researchers, or our researchers coming to you, or maybe it may be over the telephone, or sometimes over Skype. But those would be ways that we just want to really speak to people individually about their experiences and getting feedback on the work that we're doing. Other times it might be asking people to fill out questionnaires, and often we do those online as well, so it makes it quick and easy for people to do. And other times we might ask people if they're interested in taking part in what we call of our interventions, the types of support that we're offering. And there's also some information on the tables about a particular project that we're doing at the moment, which is an intervention that's there hoping to encourage people to think about what we call positive body image, which is around appreciating our bodies for all that they can do, all their functions, and caring for our bodies rather than worrying about how they look. And that particular project is asking people to sign up, and then it's a writing exercise. So for 5 days, people would be sent a prompt asking them to write their thoughts on this particular topic. Nobody's judging nobody's judging spelling or grammar or anything like that, but it's a recognised process that by writing things down, writing your thoughts and feelings down, that can really help you process your thoughts about things. And that's something that's online. So if you might be interested in that, there's some information there as well on that study. We've also got projects at the moment. Some of you may have taken part with a project that our researcher Fabio was running, which was an online project looking at something called ACT, which is acceptance and commitment therapy, which is encouraging people to think about their own values in life and how appreciating those can help you manage difficult situations. And we also have online interventions for young people. We've developed something online for 11 to 17-year-olds, which is has issues, and if there's anybody who would be familiar with the ideas of cognitive behavioural therapy, but it's a very interactive website, and young people work through that to help them work through the kind of particular challenges and thoughts and difficult situations they might be facing if they have concerns about the way that they look. We'd also do a lot of engagement with health professionals, so we run training with health professionals or research with health professionals because we want to raise awareness and confidence with them to be able to talk about appearance issues with their patients if that is a particular issue. And we do a lot of work in schools and with young people, trying to support them if they have particular appearance concerns, but also to sort of broaden their understanding of appearance. One of the things we've done there, we've developed a board game, for example, which is to encourage in schools, teams of 4 to be playing this game, and it gets them just talking about appearance issues in a way, a kind of very facilitated way, but to encourage them to think about things beyond how they look and to think more positively about their own bodies. You can probably tell I can talk about this stuff for hours, so perhaps rather than doing that, I'm going to be here for the rest of the day, so I'd be really, really pleased to speak to anybody who wants to come and have a chat about what we're doing, and I think there might be some questions later. But yeah, I'm just around. And I say we're local, so our details of our website and everything are on here as well. I think they should be. Yes, yeah. So if you are interested, do please follow us on, as we have to say these days. But come and have a chat as well. And if you have taken part in our research so far, thank you ever so much, because it really means a lot to us. And I should have emphasised that all the work we do is very applied. We're not really into the idea of doing research so that it sits on a library shelf. We're really only passionate about doing research that we think will make a difference, and that's what we do. But we can't do it without the help of yourselves. So thank you ever so much. Thank you.